Nintendo Switch Lite is here for $100 cheaper, and it's coming pretty soon. And we're going to go over some of the three big changes: price, obviously, the controllers, and then the handheld mode, which kind of ties into that as well. And we'll give a comparison of the two as well. So, pretty interesting little device here. And let's check out a little bit of the trailer. They show some little things for the overview we'll talk a little bit about. And basically, he just pulled it right out of his little jacket pocket, and it's there ready to play some games. So that's pretty awesome. The big changes, we'll just talk about those specifically real quick, give it a little overview of the device as well. He shows off that you can't use the TV mode, so that's one of the cut down features, as well as you can't do the tabletop dock mode with a little kickstand. So there's that. The controllers are obviously attached to the device and they aren't removable, so you won't be able to play certain games. And then you're going to get the D-pad. That's the other, kind of like a plus if some people like the D-pad, so that's a little bit of a bonus. And then with the controllers, you're not going to have the IR motion camera, so you're in the HD rumble, so some games aren't going to play nice with that. So you're going to have to look for the games with the handheld mode on the back, or you'll have to get the Switch controllers, the Joy-Con controllers separately to play games like 1-2 Switch and other games that will require that. But there's tons of other games that don't require that, obviously. Just look for the games that have the handheld mode, the number 1, and then the handheld mode on the back of the box. Probably on the product page it'll show that as well if you're looking for a little bit less expensive light version of the Switch. So that is pretty easy to find usually. And what else is there? Those are the big main changes, but I guess we can go over a quick breakdown we get from Nintendo everything of actually what's going on. So here is a little chart, a side-by-side comparison. You'll see size and everything. So again, handheld mode is the big change. You're only going to be some games you won't be able to play, only handheld mode games. You're losing the TV and tabletop. And then you're also going to lose the detachable controllers, so no HD rumble or IR motion camera. No dock, obviously, no HDMI cable, therefore it does not come with a dock, HDMI cable, or kickstand. You're losing out on those. The device is going to be a little bit more compact, a little smaller, so 3.6 inches high, so you're going to get a little bit shorter, and the length is going to be cut down by 1.2 inches. And then that obviously cuts down on the weight quite a bit, and the screen size is just a little bit smaller as well, 5.5 instead of your 6.2 inches. Still 720p screen. We'll talk about that a little bit more too. Battery life is the one actual improvement. So you're going from 2.5 to 6.5 to 3 to 7. So it looks like only 30 minutes extra, but when you're playing Legend of Zelda, they say you're getting approximately 3 hours. It's going up to 4 hours. So a pretty interesting change there. With battery life improvement, and I guess the D-pad was kind of a plus for some people. Some people didn't like the buttons and they like D-pad. So those are the two, and then the smaller form factor if you like those three things. Those are the improvements for all the cut down features, and then the price was the other big bonus. But there is that, and what else can we talk about? Pricing, obviously. This is $100 cheaper, so it's going to be $200 versus $300. Okay, so there is that. Christmas season, you could buy a couple of these, pretty nice. And it's coming available on September 20th is the release date. And there is also another special bonus coming a little bit later, November 8th. The Zacian and the Zamazenta edition. This is the Pokemon Sword and Shield version Pokemon. These are the legendaries. Zacian is on the left with a sword, and Zamazenta on the right. Here's a little video of the two. Pretty awesome looking legendary Pokemon, and they're probably going to be fighting a little bit in the game. So get hyped for that, and get hyped for the Nintendo Switch Lite. If you wanted to save $100, get one for your kids. Just buy a second one because you wanted another one. Who knows? Pretty interesting overall. And actually a couple more little tidbits of news, with Mark saying, "Hello, Joe. Is there a free version of the Switch?" I don't think so, unless you enter some competition or something like that. So a couple other little features. We were speculating on. We kind of knew about the Switch Lite for quite a while. A lot of leaks came out. Some people speculating that the new NVIDIA Tegra chip was going to come in the device. So they were kind of hoping for 1080p as well as longer battery life is what the chip would enable. But we're not quite seeing that. We have Engadget with a little spec sheet report. And here's the price and the dimensions we kind of went over already. But we're seeing an output resolution of 720p on the Switch Lite. And the Tegra X1 chip is going to be the same. So it doesn't look like anything really new is being crazy added, just a cut down version, smaller version. 32 gigs of internal storage still, micro SD card. There's a little flap, I believe, for that. And pretty much everything else also the same. Video output, no HDMI cable output up for that. And $100 cheaper device, and you can get yours coming soon, which was September 20th. So people are probably pretty excited for that if you wanted a cheaper version or just another option out there. And one other little tidbit of news that came out today, Microsoft patents Switch-like detachable controllers for mobile devices. So this was a patent that actually the site WCCF Tech Notes was filed back in 2017, but wasn't published today. But it looks like here's a little patent designs, and you got a little D-pad controller on the left, and then 2 buttons on the right, and it actually looks like it's clipping on with a little spring. Kind of interesting, I guess, if you want some controllers. But this could be something for mobile devices, which xCloud is kind of heading towards, but we'll have to see how that goes. But just another little extra Switch bit of news for today. So pretty interesting for the Switch Lite that we kind of knew about for a while, but it's finally announced and we're going to get this year. So pretty cool. Thumbs up to Lulu. And with that news, Switch news, we'll have another episode tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific with some more tech and game news, and we'll be signing out. Pew, 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 pew.